Welcome to the Success Journey Show. Let's travel together through the lives of individuals on the road to success.
Hey, what is going on, travelers? It is Ricky Venters and Marlon Madden, and yes, we are back with you for an episode recap, check-in, whatever you want to call it. Did we have a name for these, Marlon? I can't remember. Did we have a name?
It's called episode recap, check-in, whatever you call it.
Yeah, there we go. Man, we're going to jump right into it, man. We have an amazing guest that we are bringing back just to catch up with him. It's none other than Hussain Abdullah. He was in episode, let me see, I think it was episode 32. Episode 32, Everybody Wins. Everybody Wins. Talking about his journey as a teacher, going into real estate, things of that nature. So, man, Marlon and I had a pleasure of linking back up with him not too long ago. And we said, hey, we got to get you back on the show just to share what you've been doing, how things have been developing for you, what COVID was like for you, and all those things. So, man, Hussain, thank you so much, man, for being here today. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm living the dream, brother. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate you guys. And it's crazy that it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. You stole my line too. I always say living the dream, Rick.
It's mutual. Oh, we're all doing good out here. Thank you.
Yeah. No. Hey, the first thing I'd love for you to touch on too, you have so many different facets. You're doing so many different cool things. Just kicking down doors and doing your thing. But the first thing that I wanted you to talk about, because a lot of people talk about, I'm gonna retire early and I'm gonna live my dream. I'm gonna do what I want to do. A lot of people say it, and then you see they're 65, like, yeah, man, I'm still gonna retire. You know what I'm saying? So you actually retired, and then you went on to do bigger and better things, your own thing. So, and you made your, I don't want to say a side hustle, but your company that you're building up, you made it to come to fruition. So talk about that evolution.
Well, that's a fact. So I definitely retired in 2019, September 13th to be exact. So my anniversary's coming up in a few months here. I was a real estate investor since I was 22 in like 2004, something like that. But yeah, what I ended up doing was there was a certain number, and the number was I wanted to equal my gross check. So I was a teacher. So let's just say I was making $100,000. So I said I want to make $8,000 a month in rent. And if I'm making $8,000 a month in rent, then I know I could retire from work because I know I would have enough momentum to build things up.
Yeah.
So I met that number, and then it wasn't enough. So then I double that number, and then when I double that number, then I could retire. And then I seen how easy it was to do that. And then I said, I have to be out and about to really make this thing grow. And then I did that. So I had a number, I met the number, I exceeded the number, I said another one, I did it again. But then after a while, it was like it was really time to go. And there was one deal that I did. I have a YouTube video on it. And I don't know if we touched on this or not last time, but I was waiting for one deal to go through. It was buildings and the deal went through, and I literally had my resignation letter in my email. And then as like literally like I did the signing, I closed, and as soon as I back it and I got the checks, I literally checked my phone, I seen the money in the bank, and I said press 7.
Wow.
Man.
And I'll say this, from what I received, it was about 10 years salary in that check. I decided to invest, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're gonna push it back in the streets. I understand.
But it was, at the time, and it's still today, I've never done one deal bigger than that check. Still, I do volume, but
not that one deal.
Not in one deal.
Try to be like you when I grow up.
Oh man.
It was an equity deal, but yeah.
Oh
yeah,
man.
Hey, well, you did all the right things. You made sure the money hit the bank account, but you didn't want to do like the you remember in Fresh Prince when Jeffrey thought he won
Won the lottery.
the lotto, and he quit.
I'm not gonna lie, the last few months of work was hard.
Yes,
It was
sir.
humbling. It was hard, and then actually that closing came through, and then there was an error, so it got pushed back another month.
Oh.
Well, let me leave. And then one other thing before we move on, I was supposed to retire the year before.
Mm.
I had a resignation letter in my car seat. It was in my car seat, and long story short, I got into a car crash. I got rear at a red light. It's New York, only in New York, right? I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And this woman's texting, she hit the car. Boom, I had a lawsuit. So I couldn't leave because I needed the insurance
Yeah.
another year. But in that year, I was able to do a lot more in real estate. And then, so everything happens for a reason.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, dude, just going through that in the short little story and the way you laid it out, it put chills in my body. I'm like, man, just imagine that feeling, right? You're like, I'm just waiting for this deal to close, and I'm out of here. The weeks coming up to that, the days coming up to that, and just still trying to perform and be present where you are, but at the same time, you're not really present,
Right.
Oh man.
I'll show y'all in the hospital I was like, they keep pulling me back in, bro. It was a mess, but it worked.
Man. So you were out in September 2019.
Yeah.
Right? November 2019, the whole world started changing. What went through your head at that point?
Well, what was crazy, and also this is, I don't know if we'll get to it in order or not, but I'll bring it up this way. So COVID officially shut down New York like February, March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I ended up writing a book, right? I'm a retired math teacher.
Love it.
Thing. But I had all this time. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't travel. And I had all these ideas, a whole new paradigm shift in my life, all these new experiences, people acting different, actually making money that I never thought I'd make. So I got the book here, right? Fear. Fear.
Love it.
Get everything, every set, which is part of what I had to do to overcome.
Correct.
And so I touch on it more in detail in the book. But when I retired, everything that could go wrong went wrong too. Had somebody pull out of a deal, $50,000 I had to make up. I had termites in a building. I had a fire, which I never dealt with fire before. I had a fire. I had mold. I had the person pull out the 50K. And then there was one other big thing, but anyway, where I was like, I tired. This is a mistake. But what it ended up doing for me is it put a fuel up under me. Like, yo, I gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
So then what happens when COVID came and everything else, I had already had like a thick skin, but I knew, and I had my reserve, and I was like, I got out of that. I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So what happened with COVID for us that's in real estate, we know, for me at least, or in my type of real estate investing, it was like the best thing in the world.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I'll say that for the listeners who maybe don't know real estate that well. At that time, what ended up happening was there were people who were like so afraid of this, that, and the third, and they were losing their jobs. And some people look at it like you're an evil capitalist. I don't look at it like that. What I look at it like is, if you have, let's say, a $50,000 house, and you can't afford to fix your foundation, you can't afford to fix your roof, and now you're out of a job, you can't sell a house because the bank is not going to finance you because it doesn't meet spec.
Yeah.
Now you're going to lose your house, you're going to lose everything, you're going to walk away in debt, maybe in bankruptcy. Well, I'm going to swoop in, I'm going to give you money to walk away, and I'm going to fix all your problems.
Yeah.
Deserve to make some money off that? So we did 45 flips in Central Texas alone. And I mean, like, the money was just like
Correct.
Forget hand over fist. And I paid off. I put it on Instagram. The exact number, it was like 792,000 in personal debt because I took out debts to recover the 50 over here and this and that. And then I also got my company. I paid off all my debts, put money up, time it, invested, got a lot of stuff. So COVID really didn't hurt me. I got a book out of the deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, the worst thing that probably happened to me with COVID was probably I put on like 30 pounds. That was fun. So that my COVID.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, man. A lot of people, Rick, through COVID, you saw the resiliency, or you saw the people that folded during that time, and people that only knew how to get money one way and couldn't be innovative enough to say, okay, let me go get it another way, right? And we mean all legal when we say get it another way. So real estate, man, and this is my hypothesis on why real estate boomed so much. In 2008, when the market crashed, everybody got scared of real estate and stayed away from real estate. Everybody thought the real estate market was going down, and everybody said, you know what happened? What happened in 2008? I saw these people get rich in 2010, 2011, 2012 because they invested in 2008. I'm going to invest in this downtime. And of course, the interest rate went back down to 2.3 in the low twos, never seen before, staying there. All these different things that people were just like, okay, let me take advantage. Some people were say to take advantage of these things. Now, how did you navigate? Yes, you're making hand over fist, but at the same time, there's a pandemic out there, and you're saying, okay, I have to go to these different, you have to do the walkthroughs, you have to do all these different things. How was your mindset in that during that time? You know, I don't know if you traveled, I don't know what you did, but how was your mindset during that time?
For me, like I would say, like most people, nobody knew how long it was going to be.
Yeah.
So kind of like the ignorance is bliss thing. I realized how bad it was, and I was in Texas. And I'm in a small town of 100,000 people. So it's not like the city shut down. There is no city. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't see anybody, you know, like, so I really wasn't wearing a mask. I really wasn't doing anything. I shut down my office. But at the time, in a busy week, I was seeing 5 people anyway. Like most of my clients are from the East Coast. So like it really me. And a lot of the homes that we were buying were dilapidated anyway.
Yeah.
So like, and for me, when I get a house, I don't go out. Like I'm not a construction worker. I'm not a contractor. I'm like, I get a call. Hey, 123 Main Street is ready. All right, yo, y'all gotta go check out 123 Main Street. Give me the number. It makes sense or it don't make sense. And then we move like that. So honestly, it really did impact me in terms of like physical. The hardest part about it was, you know, like I couldn't get to see my family, you know, being from, you know, like I travel a lot. I'm always back and forth.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get back to the East Coast. That was the hardest part. But in retrospect, if like we're all like in the same wave, right? Like there's no losses. It's only less. So I was humbled. So it was, why am I in this situation? So what ends up happening is I appreciate my mom more, appreciate my nephews, my QT. So I isolate myself from business, and not only because I could afford to, because I understand the real importance of that. And out of that, you know, back there, I have this check. I gave my mom a $50,000 check for her birthday, for her 70th birthday, for her foundation. Yes, not to mention gifts that she got, because I inherited these plots of land, which I'm building a community center on now through a good deal. I'm like, I want to make sure I'm giving her the flowers, and I want to make sure I'm giving her the community, because again, like I never had this kind of money. But then what do?
Yes.
Buy 10 cars. What do you do?
Yeah.
Got it back. So all of this, it was humbling, and you know, it was fun.
Yes.
But definitely, so that's what I take out of COVID. And I agree with what you said, Marlon. Like a lot of people folded, a lot of businesses went under, And what I'm doing with that now is I'm taking that with me moving forward, because in less than 10 days, my fiance is retiring.
Mm.
17th. So that's why we picked that day.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
So her retirement setup was way higher than mine because we learned from my mistakes.
Yeah.
And so I could say I retired. People wouldn't have another person retiring in August because they followed the system and the structure. So I've not only retired myself, I'm almost at 10 retirees.
Love it, love it, love it. Now, Rick, I know you're I'm gonna let you touch on the foundation and stuff, because I know that's something that was in your vein too, that you was doing way before, well, not way before, but before we had the show, you're doing the foundation.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Why don't you share a little bit about this foundation, man? It's I know I've had a amazing time when you talk about giving back and having the capacity to give back and connecting with people in the area to have a location for youth or whoever, the target audience is, to have a place where they can come and dream and they can be in environments to learn, things of that nature. Tell us a little bit more about your foundation, what your plans are for who you're targeting, and also how anyone can help, that's out here listening.
Thank you. So the foundation is called the Mary Kemp Foundation. It's named after my mother, Mary Kemp. She was an educator. She's still alive, thankfully. And she was an educator for 38 years. I inherited these free plots. Well, not free because I made the money back and I kept the land. It was a benefit to the deal. So the foundation is primarily based in education. She was an educator. I was an educator. I still am an educator.
Yep.
My work is education. It's like McDonald's don't sell hamburgers. They really buy and sell real estate. And, real estate affords me the luxury to do education the way I want to. So our target demographic, at least for the foundation and the community center here in Killeen, is anybody in the area. We're going to create a space where if you wanted to put a podcast together, all right, well, we got a team and you could come and we got the equipment, just come on in. You're a local artist, you're a local author, put your book in the bookstore. You make candles, put your candles over here. We're going to share the market. You need labels. This is how you do it. This is where you buy it. And we pool all the resources and all the entrepreneurial expertise that I have and my clients and my partners have. You come there. I don't make money off the rent or anything off of that space. The profit goes back into the programs. We already have partners. Once it opens, we'll be able to offer the programs. Most people, they can't get the best because they're able to do it for free. We're paying you to come in and tutor these kids for free.
Sir.
If they're getting free, you're getting paid your hourly wage. I don't want any excuses. You need tech. We've raised the money. You got laptops. What else do you need? So I'm taking my real estate profit, a chunk of it. This year, the goal was to donate $100,000 to charity. So far, I'm at $63,000. So far has given away, I think, almost $7,000. We've given away money to college students who are working on big projects, like giving them money so that they could continue on their programs. We student athletes, we're sponsoring teachers, we're helping them get their books to whatever it is. As long as it's education based, it could be mental health, anything, parenting, whatever you do to give back, right? So my mom's name is Kemp. So our slogan is keep educating my people. And anybody that is trying to get better, I'm offering free workshops.
Yes, sir.
I do workshops for kids. I go to schools. Like we gotta do better. We gotta do.
And Hussain, Hussain, that's what. Other than me, we connect, on that wavelength, retiring early, real estate, making some money. What I really love about you is that just like you're not saying I, and I love that because a lot of people miss that once they start to grow. They feel they have to make the $1 billion before they start to say I could give away. They don't understand about, just like you said, one of my goals is I'm making all these other people, I'm taking them into retirement and into the space of just enjoying their life and doing what they want to do. I'm making this spot right here because I want to make sure that these kids have what they need in order to advance their whatever the situation is. So that's one thing that I tell people. They got to watch what you're doing and support you. That book Fear behind there, if you're listening to this podcast right now, jump on where they could get it. Amazon? Where?
Now, let me give you some game on that. If you have a local author and you're connected with them, don't buy it through a third party. If you were to buy my book through Amazon, you're going to pay $25.
Yep.
And
I get $5.
If you were to buy it off my website, you're going to get it for $15. And I get, I don't know, $5 or $6 off of it. So what happens is when I did my first order, I was paying, I don't know, close to $10 a book. I got another plug and I was able to get the book for like $5 an order. So this is always my mentality. I could have said, yo, keep the book the same price.
Correct.
And I more money. My price got cut in half or 40%. I cut my retail price 40%. Access to it. Like most people like don't make money off of being authors.
Correct.
Tell them, yep.
You know,
yep.
how many and sell to make $1 million? Like, so it's not about that. It's about giving access.
Correct.
Giving access to the information for $10 because everybody can't afford to pay me as a consultant. A little bit of a Robin Hood thing. And Marlon is, every time we talk, Marlon's super humble. And in his own right, he invests, whatever, not to, I don't know what you know, but Marlon invests and he's doing the same things. And Ricky's doing the same, and Ricky has other ventures. Like, so I think that's why we connect. And I do touch on that in the book as well, because you'll see a lot of posts where people are like, my friends from high school or my family or my sibling. And I get into it more in the book, but basically, if we talk about most friendships or most family or relatives, that's a matter of proximity. All that's proximity. You don't choose your relatives. You don't choose your neighborhood friends, right? You don't choose your classmates when you're a student. You're the same age in the same neighborhood, so you grow up together. That's
Correct.
it.
Correct.
So, not the character. So we are like-minded, and that's why we flow so good. And we all have shared experiences. If you all had our up and downs in business. So what happens is I could lose. We had the other day, and I'm not throwing anybody in the bus, but this really happened. I lost $30,000 in a matter of 30 seconds in an email. I bought 3 properties. I was told that they were duplexes with 2 bedrooms, but they ended up being duplexes with 1 bedrooms. The person who told me, whatever, yo, this is it. So all right, we sell them. Boom, I was going to make a certain amount of money. Come back, somebody goes, no, they're 1 bedrooms. Said they can't be because they told me 2 bedrooms. They were all of them were 1 bedrooms. So I had to take 10,000 off each one, 30,000 in the email. I didn't back out the deal. I said, no, I'll just take off the 10. Don't worry about it. I didn't get mad at the person for telling me that. That's my business partner. We've made 7 figures over and over. All right, yo, it's cool. Just, let's just make sure it doesn't happen again. We don't argue over money. We don't fight over money. And it's not because we have it. It's because we respect the person that we're working with.
Yes, sir.
If you respect business, then you understand sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And that's a thing that in your relationships with your kids, with your wife, with your husband, don't let money be the thing. Like, money is not the thing. And like you touched on earlier, I was reading, I was listening to my old YouTube channel when I was a teacher. So this is before money, right? I was still volunteering. I was still giving away my kids. I would take kids on field trips out of my own pocket. Like for end of the year, like I always, so it's innate. I just am in a different situation where I could do it at maybe at a little bit bigger scale. But you can't teach humility. You can't mindset. Yeah. The last thing, money doesn't change you. Money amplifies who you truly are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, Hussain, man, I'm telling you, Rick and I, we talk about you a lot, not in a bad way.
That's bad. Nah,
yeah. Oh, he retired early. Oh. Yeah. But we're always like, when you talk to people like you, we're reminded that there's good people. And we're not saying that the earth is all bad and there's bad, but you see a lot of negativity because of
good people are winning. Good people are winning. That's the thing, man. Good people are winning. It's not highlighted enough in this world, and that's why we're just so honored to be able to connect with people like yourself to give opportunity to share that story, because it's not shown. People don't see it, man. People don't see, hey, man, you can retire as a teacher, or you can work as a teacher and do real estate. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, New York, working as a teacher in New York is a lot different than working as a teacher in some of these other states. But but the concept is still the same. You know what I mean? The concept is still, it's all relative. And just if you don't have the mindset, no matter where you are, you ain't not gonna go anywhere. And really definitely appreciate you just being open and willing to share, man. And just what really resonated with me is just your desire to saying, hey, man, I retired 10 people. That's changing lives, man. That's changing lives, And he's not saying I retired 10 people and put them on a beach somewhere sipping pina coladas, even though they have the right to do so if that's what they want to do. But he's saying, no, now they're able to do this and do other things and be free to make an impact, And man, that's a beautiful thing, man. And that we need more of you in this world. And we appreciate you opening up this foundation, because now you're duplicating. Now you're duplicating yourself. You're duplicating your principles, pouring them into the young people that are coming behind you in this world, and allowing them to see, hey, this is what good produces.
To piggyback on that, the interesting thing, and again goes back to mindset. You guys, and I applaud you guys, because you don't have to do this. Like, your podcast isn't the big bowlers podcast. It's
correct.
Journey show, right? The journey is success, right? You don't achieve success. You're successful when you're working towards a goal. You live it. It's a path. It's not a destination, right? So people don't realize that you guys are doing this on your own time, that you travel, you spend your own, you put in the work. They just think, oh, it's just, they don't realize the editing time, the cameras, all that type of stuff. So you guys are doing this, and that's one of the ways that you guys are giving back. Yeah. So your show is just as valuable, just as important, because you're allowing myself to spread the word and the platform. So I appreciate that. And to touch on what Ricky said, I say that to say this. I work, you see me up early, we've been on the phone early in the morning, late at night. I work 24/7, but I enjoy it. I love it. So it's not really work, right? And the people that I've retired, they don't want to be on the beach doing nothing. These are people who are like, I got my 40 hours back.
They got their freedom. Yeah.
I'm all of them, no, not all of them, because some of them are a little older. A couple of them are on the beach.
Rightfully so. Yeah.
They're a little older, but the younger ones are like, I'm not calling anybody a boss. I'm going to get to do it my way, and I can afford, because I have enough passive income coming in, that I can go build my dream and build my company. And that's who some of my newer clients are becoming. That circle. So it's people who understand money, who understand I could do this and walk away from my salary. Yeah, let's do that. And that's what I want to keep pushing, man. Like, there's so much you could do if you just believe in yourself and you have a little discipline. And I tell people, and this is how I vet some of my mentees and some of the people that I want to really give my time. Because like I said, I do give younger people my time. I ask a lot of kids this question, and young people this question. I said, do you want to be a millionaire? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I want to be a millionaire. All right, cool. So if I told you that in 5 years, you could have multiple millions, but you're not going to make a penny until the 5th year, would you work hard for those 5 years? Because that's what an entrepreneur is. I've owned real estate. I've invested. I've had businesses. And I didn't start really getting money until years in. And the first million is the hardest to make. And after that, it's easy.
Yeah.
Nah. I tell some kid, yo, work for me for 30 days. I'm not giving you no money though. You gotta kill yourself for me. Every time I call you, 30 days. You got 30 days for me? Nah, bro, you bugging? Nah, yeah, you right, yo. Nah, you got it. No, you got it. No, you got it. Because if you don't have the right food, it's gonna work. Everybody is not meant for financial independence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, we've been reading this book, the law of success.
Okay. Napoleon. Yeah, I know. I'm all about. I know Napoleon. Yeah.
And
I know. Yeah, Napoleon Hill's the man. Yep.
And one of the things to talk about is when you get a job, don't just say, "Well, they paid me for this, so I'm only doing this." Do it above and beyond because you know that's what you want to do. Or that's what you are capable of doing. And a lot of people, just like what you said, they're not looking in that sense, like somebody saying to come here and work 30 days for me. Oh, you want me to come here and work for free. You don't understand that 30 days hard work that you put in probably sets yourself up for a lifetime. And that's what these people are not seeing. And brother, yo, we could go on all night.
Yeah.
Like, we could go on all night.
I know.
With you, we could go on all night because we're here. We just want to give these people a recap. I'm gonna tell them that they're gonna be seeing a lot of you on our show. We're gonna do some things together. I let them know we're gonna be doing something. Let me tell you something. Ricky and I buying a property. I'm gonna tell you straight up. We're buying a property and I'm gonna show you real time of what happens. We're buying a property in Baltimore. The first one that the Success Journey show together, we're buying just to show people, yo, this is how you do it and go through it. We've been waiting to close. Today, these people are, you know how deals work. Last second, boom, 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 everything fell through, brother. Everything fell through. So we're already set up with another one to start the thing. But people just gotta understand, like you said, it's not a loss, it's a daggone lesson.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lesson.
So I don't know if there's anything else you want me to touch on, because I like talking to y'all. So I'm like, did I answer it? Did I not answer it? Like
no.
Fear Workshops is the website. Go on Instagram. Yes. Forget everything we said. If you Google it, the website will come up. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. H.A. Homes. If you Google it, the website, everything is H.A. Homes US. Mary Kemp Foundation. The website, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. All of that'll come up. Success Journey shows. Make sure y'all look that up as well and support. And y'all could donate on the website. Every dollar counts. I put in a lot of money. That money goes very fast. $60,000 is not a lot of money when you're talking about, giving money or giving checks and that type of thing.
Yeah.
But to make sure I recap everything the right way.
No, that's good.
You hit it up, man.
Stories, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So, and I want to honor the time. I want to keep it to the
No.
No problem.
Hussain, man, we appreciate you, dude, and man, we just grateful that we can get a little bit of your time, just to do this, and you over there in the, what is that, Central Time, southwest, right? Southwest, what is it? Southeast, southwest. I mean,
we're an hour back. You're on the East Coast, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Over their time, man. I just want to thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for just sharing your knowledge, your heart with these travelers. We want you to see, like, we don't just pick up these people and drop them off, pick them up, drop off. It's a journey. It's been 2 years since we connected, since you heard his voice on the show, and you can see that he's continually moving forward. Listen, if you want to get the full version of his story, the previous version of him, retiree, you want to go to episode 32, Everybody Wins, and hear about his journey into real estate. So guys, I want to thank you again for your time and hanging out with us today for this check-in. And we'll see you guys next week at the same time, the same place on the Success Journey Show. All right, everyone. Peace.
You've been listening to the Success Journey Show, where your dreams, drive, determination, and diligence are the foundation to success. For more information, check out thesuccessjourneyshow.com. The Journey Squad is here helping you to your destination.